I wasn't just uninvited to Christmas, I was erased. The cold December air slashed against my skin as I stood on my parents' porch, my hands trembling around the bags of carefully wrapped gifts I'd spent hours choosing. Inside, the house glowed with warmth, twinkling lights, laughter, life. But that warmth, it wasn't meant for me. The door creaked open, and there she was. My mother. Her face was blank, so eerily calm it felt like a slap. And then she said it, words that would echo in my head night after night. "We don't want you here this year." I let out a laugh, a nervous, confused little laugh. It had to be a joke, right? But then his voice came, Jacob, cutting through the air like glass. "This is no place for losers. You're really starting to wear on all of us." My grip tightened on the gift bags, fingers digging into the ribboned edges. Behind her, I saw my father, just standing there. Eyes refusing to meet mine, silent, ashamed, or maybe just indifferent. The silence wrapped around me, thick and cruel. I didn't beg. I didn't scream. I didn't ask why. I just turned, one shaky breath at a time, and walked back to my car, each step heavier than the last. My chest heaved with shallow, broken breaths, the world blurring through tears I refused to let fall. Losers? That's what I was now? I had spent thousands on Jacob's family over the years, summer camps, school supplies, even his goddamn mortgage when he was drowning in debt. And now, because I hadn't handed over enough this year, I was exiled? Something inside me snapped. I didn't drive away. Not yet. I left the gifts in the car and marched back inside. No knock, no warning. "What the hell is going on?" I said, my voice low and dangerous. Jacob barely looked up from his phone. "You really don't get it, do you? The kids barely got anything from you this year. It's embarrassing." I stared at him, then at my parents. My mother shifted uncomfortably, not meeting my eyes. "You just bought a new car," she said, like that explained everything. "It's on credit," I hissed. "And even if it wasn't, since when am I responsible for Jacob's kids?" Jacob leaned back, wearing that smug little smirk. "You're the one who makes the most money. Families help each other." The audacity. I turned to leave, but not without a final promise, calm, clear, and cold as ice. "Enjoy your Christmas, because this loser is done financing your life." The holidays passed in an eerie, almost suffocating silence. No calls, no texts, just the cold, hollow realization that my own family had cut me off, like a dead limb, severed and forgotten. Then, in January, a message from Kelly. "I'm sorry. I don't agree with what happened." My heart skipped. It was small, just a few words. But it was the first crack in the icy wall they'd built around me. Jacob showed up in February. Wild-eyed, frantic, like a man drowning and grabbing at anything, to stay afloat. "You need to start helping again," he barked, barging through the door. "We can't do this without you." I laughed. Actually laughed, and not the kind that feels good. It was bitter, dry, like something snapped. "Get a job, Jacob." His face twisted with disbelief. "You've always helped before," he said, voice rising. "Why are you being so selfish?" "Selfish?" I stepped in, just inches from him, voice low and steady like a storm building. "Let's talk about your lies. How you poisoned Mom and Dad against me. How you banned me from Christmas because I didn't spend enough on your kids." I paused. Let it sink in. "And now you show up here, begging for more." He left, seething, slamming the door behind him. But something told me this wasn't over. 2 days later, my phone rang. An unknown number. I hesitated, then answered. "This is Mark Dawson. I represent a client concerned about financial matters involving your brother." My heart stopped. My blood ran cold. I met with him the next day, and it was worse than I ever could have imagined. Kelly was the client, and she had receipts. bank statements, transfers, gambling sites, hotel stays. All the money I'd given Jacob, for the kids, for the family, he'd funneled it into a secret account. He wasn't struggling, he was lying, he was stealing. The fallout was brutal. Kelly left him, took the kids, moved across state lines. Jacob called me, furious, his voice shaking with rage. He screamed, he cursed, blaming me for ruining his life. I stayed calm. Maybe if you'd been a better husband and father, I said coldly, she wouldn't have left. Then I hung up. Months passed. Kelly and the kids slowly found a rhythm in our new life, a fragile kind of peace. But me? I kept my distance. From Jacob, from my parents. The betrayal, it still burned like an open wound. So I poured everything into rebuilding what was left of me. Then, one evening, my phone buzzed. A message, no name, just cold words on the screen. You think you won? You have no idea what's coming. I rolled my eyes, brushed it off, probably just spam. Until the next morning, 4 slashed tires, and a note, carefully tucked beneath the windshield wiper. Families don't abandon each other. Jacob had always been twisted, manipulative. But this was darker. This was war. I installed cameras, changed up my routines. But the messages kept coming, one after another, each one slicing deeper. You owe me. You ruined everything. Then, one night, a knock at my door. My heart pounded. I peeked through the curtain. Not Jacob, my father, his face ghostly pale, hands trembling. You need to come. Now, he whispered. It's Jacob. He's gone too far. The air at my parents' house felt suffocating, like the calm before a storm. There he was. Jacob, standing in the living room, eyes bloodshot, a bottle in one hand, a gun in the other. You took everything from me, he slurred, his voice cracked with rage. Now it's your turn. My mother sobbed in the corner. My father begged, pleaded for him to stop, but Jacob didn't see them. He only saw me, his eyes locked, unblinking. Say goodbye, loser. In that split second, I knew this was never about money, it was always about control. And Jacob, he'd rather watch us all burn than lose it. I didn't think, I just moved, the gunshot. It echoed through the house like a scream. The police called it self-defense. Jacob survived. Barely. Now he sits in a cold cell, still blaming me for his downfall, but sometimes, late at night, I get another message from a new unknown number. You'll pay for what you did. And I wonder, who's next? Want more chilling tales of betrayal and revenge? Subscribe for twisted, true stories that'll keep you up at night. Or, are you afraid of what might come knocking on your door next?